The Galaxy S26 Ultra is already getting attention, but not for the usual reason. Instead of big, dramatic upgrades, early leaks suggest that Samsung's next flagship may bring only small improvements, and even one downgrade. Thanks to detailed information from a reliable source, Ice Universe, we now have a clear picture of what Samsung might be planning. At first glance, the Galaxy S26 Ultra looks almost identical to the S25 Ultra. The display size stays the same at 6.9 inches with a QHD resolution, but it won't be the exact same screen. Samsung is expected to switch to its newer M14 OLED material, which is one of the most advanced options available. This change might not sound exciting, but it could make the screen brighter, more energy efficient, and longer lasting. According to earlier reports, Samsung may also use KOI color filter on encapsulation to make the screen even thinner and noticeably brighter. Inside the phone, the chipset will get an upgrade. Like other top Android phones next year, the Galaxy S26 Ultra will likely be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. This new chip should boost performance, improve AI features, and help with battery efficiency. But outside of that, the rest of the hardware stays familiar. The RAM options remain at 12GB and 16GB, and storage choices stay at 256GB, 512GB, and 1TB. Even though the RAM size isn't changing, Samsung may use faster LPDDR4X memory, running at up to 10.7 beeps. This will help the phone feel quicker and more responsive. Faster memory can also improve camera processing, especially when handling large image files or shooting in complex lighting. Speaking of cameras, the resolution across the entire camera system is expected to stay the same. The main sensor stays at 200 megapixels, and the 5x periscope camera remains at 50 megapixels. However, the cameras may receive larger apertures. That means they can let in more light, improving detail and brightness in photos, especially at night. Samsung also plans to improve image quality with software updates that better take advantage of the sensors. But not everything is an upgrade. One change may actually frustrate fans. The 10-megapixel 3x telephoto camera could use a smaller sensor. A smaller sensor usually means less light and lower image quality. It's not yet clear why Samsung would make this change, but it could be part of the effort to slim down the phone. And yes, the new model is expected to be slightly thinner. The S26 Ultra may come in at 7.9 mm thick, compared to 8.2 mm on the S25 Ultra. The weight would drop as well, from 218 grams to around 214 grams. The slimmer design may feel better in the hand, but it also explains why Samsung isn't increasing the battery size or adding noticeably better camera hardware. The battery remains at 5000 mAh, which is good but not surprising. Charging, however, might jump from 45W to 65W, giving users faster top-ups. From a distance, these upgrades don't look dramatic. But when you look closely at details like the display material, memory speed, aperture changes, and power efficiency, you start to see the real improvements. They may not be flashy, but they could make the overall experience smoother and more refined. Even with only minor changes, the Galaxy S26 Ultra might cost more. The S25 Ultra already starts at $299, a price many people consider extremely high. Rising component costs mean Samsung isn't the only company increasing prices. But when the upgrades feel incremental, a higher price becomes harder to justify. Customers may start wondering whether the S26 Ultra offers enough new features to deserve the extra cost, or if the S25 Ultra is still good enough. So the Galaxy S26 Ultra seems to offer 4.5 reasons to upgrade a brighter and more efficient display, a more powerful chipset, faster memory, potential camera improvements, and a slimmer, lighter design. The half comes from the faster charging upgrade, but the one big reason to avoid it is the possible downgrade to the 3x telephoto sensor and the likely price increase. For now, the S26 Ultra looks like a refinement rather than a revolution. Whether that's enough will depend on how much Samsung decides to charge and how much these small upgrades matter to everyday users.